What's up, guys? Pokemosoda here, and today we're going to go through some of the cards that have spiked this week according to TCG Player. Of course, if you go to TCG Player, they have this nice little app. The biggest price spikes from 6/4/2025. 2025? What? That guy's crazy. Yeah, it's 2026, definitely. But yeah, I never noticed that, 2025. So yeah, he's been drinking. Anyhow, thank you so much. Pokemosoda here. Remember, guys, like and subscribe. And as always, thank you so much for stopping by. Now, let's go through these cards. Now, the first one we have here is the Psyduck. The Psyduck from Ascended Heroes. This one's went absolutely crazy. This is the illustration rare. And so I'm going to refresh this page just because we're going to see some different sales and stuff on it. What we have here, though, is there have been, in the last 3 months, 1,390 of these have sold. And in the last month, you'll see this got down to 96, as high as 115, and now it's about a 115 again. 515 have sold, 70 for the low, 68, 168 for the high. 81 of these are listed right now. And for your first starred seller, it's $101 plus $6 shipping. So this card is going nuts. If you look at this card, though, in a PSA 10, it's almost an $800 card. I do not have the exact gem rates of this card because it's still fairly new. But look at that. This is something you don't typically see. In a PSA 9, it's actually worth more than the raw value. So cards from, not Sword and Shield, pretty much cards from Sun and Moon, XY, anything below that, if you get a PSA 9, typically it's worth more than the raw value. Sword and Shield, Scarlet and Violet, Mega Evolution, all these cards, when they're at a 9, typically they'd be worth about raw value. Not the case anymore. Nines are starting to fetch a premium, really. So be interesting to see what happens there. Now we got the Mega Gengar again. I'm going to refresh this page. The Mega Gengar again from Ascended Heroes. This one was on there last week as well. This one, look at the 1 month chart. This one got up to about a $1,400 card and stayed pretty steady. It did have a dip down there because of some stupid buyout thing. But in the last 3 months, you'll see this thing's went from $1,000 to about a $1,400 card. In the last month, though, for this one, you've had 45 sales, a $460 low, which isn't right, and it's $1,600 for the high. 36 of these available, and when you get to your first start seller, it's a $1,440 card. So it's going crazy. This one, again, in a PSA 10 is a $3,200 card, and you'll see in the PSA 9, it's a little bit lower than the actual raw value. So that's kind of what I was saying, where you start to see that. But the PSA 8 is crazy. PSA 8's worth about the same price as the 9. So, which again, they're still, mint cards. There's just a little bit of flaw to them compared to a 10. Now we go to the next one. We got the Dark Charizard Team Rocket. This is an epic card. And you know what? I bet I have this one laying around. Let me go through this stack of cards here. Huh. Let's see. I want to say, oh yeah, right there. So I got the Dark Charizard. This is the non-hollow version, though, and this is Team Rocket. This is in a first edition, just a little Team Rocket card. But Dark Charizard, this one right here, is the first edition, of course. And so you look at the price history on this one. If you go from 1 year, this was about a $65 card, and this is the hollow one. So $80 going up to the $101 seems kind of crazy, but that's damage. That's why. Let's go to near mint. This one's going to be wild. Near mint, $350. Whew, my lord. This one's a PSA 7 at 400. This one's $460, $505. So when these get on here, guys, it's not that they're selling hundreds of these. These are only pushing a few copies of it. And so like this one, for instance, in the last month has sold 2 copies. $350 for the low, $355 for the high. So if you do look at this one, though, a first edition and a 10, $17,000 card, 555 of these a 10, and then you look at the 9 value. Again, the 9 is higher than the raw value. You have to get all the way down to about a PSA 6 where you start getting the raw value, even a PSA 7. That's because quality control is a little bit different back in the day. A lot of these cards have been hanging around. So, it's one of those things where if you have a PSA 7, 8, or 9 in it, and I don't even know what mine would gain, but mine's the non-hollow, and it's not even first edition, so probably not too crazy. But this one makes the list because people have been buying it. It is kind of, hit the radar a little bit. Now, the Seismitoad, this has the famous 666 in it right here. I don't know if I can like zoom in on that or not, but 666 right where my cursor's going. So it's like psychedelic, crazy, lick a toad, see some shrooms. I don't know what the fuck's going on. But this one here, the Seismitoad, it's actually went nuts. And of course, this is from good old Black Bolt. If you look at this one in the 1 year review, this started out at about $75 card, went up to as high as 160, and now it's about $150 mark. In the last month, this thing's went from 136 to 153, and you'll see 7 have sold, 168 for a low, 200 for the high. Now this one right here, lightly played, damaged hollow foil, lightly played. Let's go to near mint on this one. 14 of these available, and we're at $245, guys. $250. Uh, wow, that's so crazy. So this card has went nuts, but when we take a look at it, guys, this is a $2,000 card in a PSA 10, and it doesn't gem super great. You got 3,600 here, 1,100 here, so it's about, we'll say about 5,000. So it's about uh, 1 out of 6 or so that's going to gem rate. So it's going to be about a 18% chance. I never pulled this card. It's Black Bolt though, and Black Bolt's just goated. Black Bolt and White Flare. People can sleep on all they want. Actually, I just watched a video. Let's go to it. Pokehobbs. Great YouTuber. If you're not following him, definitely should be. But Pokehobbs just had one all in right here with Black Bolt and White Flare. Look at this, guys. 997 subscribers. Get this guy to 1,000. What I mean, what the fuck are we doing? All right. So back at it though. He just had this video on it. Black Bolt, White Flare. He went all in on it. Definitely worth watching out. It's a pretty epic video. Now we're going to go to the Giratina V-Star. This one's taking the top spot for Crown Zenith. Crown Zenith is goated, guys. The stuff is insane. I wish like people just understood it, but it's going so parabolic. I can't even tell you. The Sea and Sky and the ETBs are about the same price right now. The Sea and Sky, what I like about it is the Rayquaza SWSH, I think 129 or 029 or something. It's the promo that's in there. I have a ton of them actually. If I had them in tens, I got a bunch I'm sending in for grading right now actually. And the Giratina V Star is taking the top spot. It's not only just taking this top spot, it's basically made the top spot its bitch. It's up to like $380. So let's go to condition wise, near mint, only 28 of these. Now, if you look at the 1 month chart on this one, it was down to $262. Now it's up to $390. This will be a $400 card by the end of the month. And when we look at this one, 387. So it only is going to take roughly 4 cards till it gets to 400. It's so crazy, guys. And then it's going to take it's going to be 9 cards, so it's a $425 card. This one is nuts. Crown Zenith, I got to tell you guys, the PSA 10 rate is usually decent, but your premium is not on the PSA 10. Look at the PSA 10, it's a $713 card. It's less than half of its value, okay? Not a lot of cards do that. And this one has 23,000 and a 10, 14 or 15,000 and a 9. So it's like a 60% gem rate. Somehow I got a 9 on this damn thing. I've had a 10 twice, I got a 9 twice. Somehow I got a 9 on it. But Giratina V-Star, unbelievable card. If you didn't pick this one up when you should have, it might be running too far or too fast. I do think, though, these PSA 10s on the Crown Zenith, most of them are not even double what the raw price is. I think there's a play to be made there. Just saying it. I've graded a ton of Crown Zenith. I have a lot in my collection. I definitely think there's a play to be made there. And you'll see the PSA 9 is less than the actual raw value. So something to look at. Here you have the eBay stuff, but eBay is a little bit lower than TCGPlayer. Of course, I'd want to see pictures of a card and spend this much money on. Now we're going to get right here, guys. This is an unbelievable looking card from Unbroken Bonds, Gardevoir Sylveon GX Rainbow. Okay, now this card, we got to go to near mint. 10 copies of this available. This thing is a $165 card. Now, when we look at it over the 1 month, this was down to $137 and it's got up to $145 or so. And we've had 5 sell, 150 for a low, 160 for a high. This is a gorgeous card though. I really can't tell you enough. And there's only 8 listings, with the last listing being a $1,500 card. This one right here is a $700 card, and you got a $300 one. So, I mean, there's just not a lot of them around there. But what does this one have to do with anything for PSA value? It's not really that valuable with PSA 10. It's a $750 card, has about a 50 to 55% gem rate. It's a cool card. I mean, I like rainbow cards. When I started collecting, rainbow cards are the whole thing. But it is what it is. Now, last And I would say, but not least, but last, we have this one right here. This is the Tyranitar. This is from Expedition EX. Now, I don't like it when TCG Player puts these on there because essentially they could sell one or two of them and that's all that matters. But this one is a lightly played hollow foil. 1 month chart of it. It was at $107, but it's sold one, guys. It went from 107 to 115. If you look at the 1 year, okay, this is a $61 card and it's doubled in price about. But look at that, guys. There's only been 8 of them sold in a year. It's not my favorite Tyranitar card. It's an e-reader card. They're awesome. And when you start looking at some of these, yeah, okay, it's only a $500 card in a PSA 10. Like, it's not that big of a deal. Like, when TCG Player puts these on there, I swear they do it just so they can get people to start buying these cards because they see them on there. I can't figure out any other way with it. All right, so that right there, that goes to the biggest price spikes or whatever on TCG Player. You can look at the article and stuff on here. I'll definitely try to link it below. But I always like doing this one. It's a lot of fun for me. And another video I'm going to come out with, just give you a little sneak peek on it, is we're going to be taking basically the gem rates every day to see what people are doing. Here it shows the gem rates of all the grain companies, SCG, Tag, Beckett, CGC, and PSA. PSA is still grading over 100,000 a day. Tag has made a big step though. They're grading about 2,300 a day right now. Beckett at 7,000, 43% increase. You'll see this Tag one though is at 280% increase. And Tag shut off all of its lower level. It only has the higher ones. 75 and 150 it's doing. PSA, they shut off all their stuff on June 2nd. I got in a 400 card order. I got to get packaged up and sent out. Super, super pumped about it. So, but hey guys, that's what I got for you. Get back to my page right here. Remember, Pokey Hobbs, check him out. Definitely follow him. See what's going on. The dude, he's a legend. He's got 1,000 subs right now in less than a few months. I'm telling you, you got to sub. It's well worth it. I know I only have 341 subs, and to me, I didn't think that it would be possible, but get him to 1,000. I think he'll be approaching that 2,500, 3,000 by the end of the year because content is stellar. Got a good attitude about the hobby. He's a collector and investor. It's awesome. So that's what I got for you guys tonight, Pokemosodu. And remember, as always, catch 'em all.